Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Finally there's been a break in the weather, so I thought I'd bring you to one of my favourite spots. Now usually I'd be on the other side of the river. This is actually a stream which is overflowed because of snow melt and heavy rains. Normally there's a big gravel bank and I like to position my camera there so I can see downstream, because where I'm sitting now is basically a crossroads for so many species of wildlife. It's incredible. All around me I can see tracks from wild boar, red deer, roe deer, some blurred wolf tracks. In the forest surrounding me, around the river's edge, there's fresh beaver cuts on trees, which is very good. Just getting here was quite a hassle because this winter was bad and a lot of trees came down, and the dirt track which brings me to the beginning of this stretch of the river is completely covered by a fallen tree. Sorry the smoke is going in your direction, but some things you just have to let nature take its course. If you see anything behind me, shout. I've been here before and I've had groups of red deer stags, because they like to collect together, just break out the forest and bolt past me. I've had a whole troop of wild boar, a sounder, just pelt across. And we do get the odd passing bird. This is cub season, so I really don't want to meet the mother and their babies. That wouldn't end well for me. Today's quite a special time for me. Tomorrow I'm 47, it's my birthday. And as of this morning, my Carpathian adventure channel on YouTube has reached almost 1,000 subscribers. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being with me on my life's adventure. It will be noisy today because the river, I hope you can put up with that, and it will be smoky. But that is nature, that is being one with nature, and it's something I've really missed. I really have. For me, birthdays are always a very strange time, because in the weeks leading up to them, I start re-evaluating my life. Throughout the course of my life, I've lost a lot of friends and family from disease, from accidents, suicides, and many of them were young. And I wonder what they would have liked to have accomplished if they'd had more time. So then I look at my own life and I think, what have I accomplished? What am I accomplishing now? And what would I like to accomplish in the future? I think each and every one of us, every so often, should just take a seat in nature, spend a little time away from the television and traffic, spend some time on your own and just have a look at your life. There's often this big push that your life is shit, you should blah blah blah, or you should be doing blah 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 instead. And it's not strictly true. If your life was that bad, you wouldn't be living it. You would be doing something completely different. What your life needs, and my life needs, is refining. Just honing a little. There's usually something fundamentally missing. For me, it's, well, there's a few things. Slovaks have an old proverb. To be a man, you have to build your own house, plant a tree, and have a son. And in the old days, that was basically what you wanted to reach, and from that point, you know, you could relax. For me, having built a house, having had 2 sons and a daughter, and planted several trees, it's a good start. It's a foundation for a future. What that future will be and where it will lead, we shall see. I'd like you, each of you, to take a little time and consider your lives. In the last year, what we knew as life changed completely. And it will never return. Never ever return to what it was. Just as 9/11 and the Patriot Act changed our lives back in 2001 and around that period. I know a lot of you are extremely angry about the situation globally. It stinks. It really does. I'm going to have some English tea with milk and sugar. There's nothing like a hot cup of tea on a cold spring morning, sitting by a river in a forest in the Carpathian mountains with a few friends. One tip: never build your fire too large that you can't put it out with 1 foot or a good piss. You know, when you make a big campfire, it's when you're going to be sitting there all night with your friends. If it's just you on your own, always make it small. Make sure you dig into the ground. Make sure there's no overhanging foliage. Look at your lives. Work out what you're happy with, what you're not happy with. And actually make a resolution to do something different. I read so many comments, people saying, I live in the city, but I would like to live in the country, or I would like to spend more time in nature. Do it. Every weekend, for a couple of hours. Even if it means just going to a park, just go do it. When you look at things which make you happy and unhappy, try not to focus on material things, because that's very easy to do. My car's shit, I'd like a bigger car, or I'd like a bigger house. Try not to focus on this. Focus on your own personality and your own achievements. Where have you been? What have you done? Who have you met? Have you helped anybody? One thing I do suggest is that when you're evaluating your life, you don't listen to other people. Especially at the moment. Society has deliberately ripped people into groups, separated them. About colour, about gender, about whether to take a vaccine or not, whether they have the plague or not, this fear. Old people fear the young. Think for yourself. When you evaluate yourself, spend a little time on your own and work it out for yourself. Cheers. Ah, that is hot. It's beautiful. So, so beautiful. And as always, be free. One last thing. One thing I'm really shocked about, and it's something I really didn't expect, is just how many of you that are out there with similar feelings. You know, I've heard a lot of people talk and grumble and whine, but to publicly state your feelings, I'm impressed.